We're talking about the electoral funding laws.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So obvious, how can I forget this? The QNMU, that's the nurse union, Queensland Nurse and Midwifery Union in Queensland, it's got around about 200 people. The QTU, Queensland Teachers Union, has around about the 200 people. Jack Maguire and I could run the QNMU with 50 people and still do better, and the same with the teachers. So there's about 100 people, maybe 150, that aren't doing anything for teachers, aren't doing anything for nurses.
Sure.
Right? That's how it happens.
Right.
Most of it's wasted. They just sit around, playing tiddlywinks with each other. But they've got this huge pile of money, and it's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So
it kind of reminds me of, and I'm not alleging that they're doing anything illegal here, but it reminds me of like in the UK, there's a big problem with Albanian barbers, where it's just a shop front for a drug outfit.
Right.
And it's like, charities that say they're charities, but they actually don't do anything for the kids, like some of those African sort of charities where you sponsor a child, and a small dollar that gets to them. It's just these corporate structures. I've been relatively late to the party on. I mean, I'm only 28, but I'm starting to understand. These things can be very useful, especially if you hold the pen that governs them.
Well, I thought that's what the United Nations used to do. I went to South America with my wife. It wasn't really a honeymoon. It was a bit after that big major trip, and we met her daughter over there. She was travelling independently, and her daughter Melissa had been funding a young child in the.
If I can just take 20 seconds of your time, I apologise for interrupting this clip. If you'd like to support Turning Point Australia and what we're doing to help keep the lights on and keep the work going moving forward, please check out our website at tpaust.com.au. We've got a range of merchandise, whether it's the Make Australia Great Again hat, whether it's the other shirts that we have, or the educational maps that we have. Please go and support. If you don't want to buy any merch, that's fine. You can also support us by buying us a coffee and becoming a regular subscriber for as little as $4 a month. I'll let you guys get back to it. Thank you so much.
Where was it? In South Africa? Somewhere. It wasn't Bolivia. It was somewhere. One of the states.
Sure.
And we were staying, and she lined up and said, "I'd like to meet the child." Well, wasn't that an interesting exercise? It turns out the money actually didn't go to the child. It sort of went to the whole village, and along with everyone else's money, but there wasn't very much money that actually got to the village.
Right.
It's only when you go and see, sponsor a child. Well, you're giving them, might be giving $100 a year or whatever. Yeah. $2 gets to them, and 98 goes to run the bureaucracy of the United Nations.
That's insane. No, when I first started working in construction, and you're getting quite a bit of money in your hand, cash in hand. I was like, you know what? I've got a bit of a charitable bone in my body. I'd like to sponsor 2 children. And I was still a student. It's not like I was making a ton of money. I was making about $600 to $1,000 a week. And I managed to sponsor a couple of kids, $95. I managed to do it for a couple of years until I realised that less than 10% of what I was funding was actually getting to the kids.
Yeah, you're lucky for that.
Like, lucky. Well, from what I can hear, it sounds like less than 1 or 2% was getting to the individual child that you're speaking of.
Yeah.
And that made me sick. I was like, what kind of criminal organisation are you guys running here? That, how could you do... I get it, like you've got a lot of costs and you've got to get the resources there. But I know charities in the Middle East right now where 100% of the funds, maybe 5 to 10%, is what doesn't get to the kids or to the intended purpose. But only less than 2% getting to the kid? I mean, this is criminal.
Well, I mean, this particular... I didn't actually go on the trip. I stayed in the hotel because I thought, it involved walking miles.
Yeah.
Way and in Australia, it said whoop whoop. So it was None of the people who were sort of donating could ever find these people. There had to be a special organisation, special people had to come and go with them, make sure we didn't ask any wrong. I wasn't physically there.
North Korea, huh? You have to go to this shop, this well-stocked shelves.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Thank you so much for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed this particular clip. If you want to support this show and keep the lights on and support everything we're doing at Turning Point Australia, please head to tpaust.com.au, where we've got hats, we've got shirts, we've got maps. And if you don't want to buy any merch, that's perfectly fine. If you want to just buy maybe a cup of coffee a month, for as little as $4 a month, you can help us get a small, long black to actually support the show and actually keep things going. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later.